Hi, I'm Emily from Midscript Co., and I'm an artist and an educator, and I'm so excited to partner with Zebra Pin to show you this brand new pin pack. I'll walk you through each pin and how to use it, and I'll show you a quick project that you can create using just the tools in this pack. Let's start off by seeing what pins are in this pack. We are going to start off with this Sarasa R retractable gel pen, and it is ultra fine, a 0.4 millimeter point, and has very vibrant colors. We're going to swatch each pin, so this is just showing how thin this pin is. This is great for doodles, for outlining. Next, we have these Click Art retractable felt tip markers. This pack comes with 4 different colors, and these are a monoline marker, so they're pretty thin, great for doodles and for drawing. Here's a swatch of each one. At last, we have 4 mild liner dual tip brush pens. These are dual tip, so they have 2 different tips on them. One side is the brush tip, and the other side is a monoline tip, meaning that it just creates one solid line. It's not flexible like a brush tip. We are going to practice how to make some name art. So I know in the front of your planners and journals, you love writing your name and deciding who this planner belongs to. So since my name is Emily, here was my finished project using the tools in this pin pack. I'm going to show you how to create that kind of lettering using these pins right here. So the first thing we're going to do is let's just quickly practice how to brush letter, how to use these brush pens to letter with. So I'm going to start with this dark purple just to practice. And we're going to use the brush side of the pen. Now the way I like to hold my brush pen is I like to hold it in the middle, just like I would a normal pen, but I like to hold it right in the middle, and I like to place my palm straight down on the surface, and all I am doing is either pushing down to make a thick stroke downwards or having less pressure to make a stroke upwards. So let's quickly practice a thick stroke down and a thin stroke up. This is a really great exercise for those of you who are just getting into hand lettering. It teaches you some muscle memory of when to do downstrokes and upstrokes. Now do not be afraid to push down on these brush pens. All brush pens are made to have pressure put on the tip. So don't feel like you're going to break it. Push down as hard as you can. Another stroke that I really loved practicing when I was a beginning letterer was this stroke. And I used to make up a rhyme in my head to practice doing it. So I would say like thin to thick, thin to thick, thin to thick. And as you can see, my hand is not really moving this way like how you would if you're doing just your regular handwriting. It is staying very still, very put, and all I'm doing is putting pressure, pushing down or not pushing down, adding pressure, not adding pressure. But for the most part, it's all about the wrist. It's not about moving your hand. Okay? So, and you will see like the brush starts to kind of curve a little bit. That's okay. It will go back to its normal state. Brush pens are used to being handled that way. So I'm going to letter my name, and I want to show you two different ways of how you can letter it. Now, of course, we can do some brush lettering, and let's practice really quickly. Let's practice some brush lettering. Now, when you are brush lettering, you do pick up your pen on occasion, and you also do it really slowly. You can see that where I'm picking up my pen and how slowly I'm writing my name. Don't think of this as your handwriting, think of this as drawing letters and taking your time. Now, another way that I could letter my name and still make it look really creative is just by doing all capital letters. And these brush pens are great for using that because you can create some nice thick letters. And I don't really like my letters to align, so you're going to see that I kind of go back and forth with the alignment of them. And you can even go back and make some of your strokes thicker if you want. It's almost like coloring in your letters. I'm just kind of outlining, like you can see the outline that I'm doing around the letters to just add some thickness to them. And that's also a pretty creative way of writing your name. So I'm going to take a new paper over here, and we are going to pick one way that you want to write your name, whether it's in brush or all in print. I'm going to write it in the middle of my paper. Now, I'm going to show you a really cool way that you can blend colors in order to get this really cool effect, like almost like a watercolor blended effect. Now, I have this piece of paper that is laminated. You can see it's kind of shiny. You can use anything that's around you. Maybe you have a porcelain dish. Maybe you have a plastic pencil holder like this. That would work. Even the plastic that your pen pack came in, you could also use that. And I'm going to pick two colors of brush pens. Now remember to make sure that they are colors that blend together. So pink and purple would blend, but purple and yellow probably wouldn't blend and wouldn't look so great. So I would stick to either pink or purple, purple blue, even blue and pink would be great. Pink and yellow would be fine, and blue and yellow would be okay. It would just turn a little green. But I'm going to stick to these two colors for now. So my darkest color, what I'm going to do is add some ink to my piece of plastic here. And then with my pink color, or my lightest color, I'm going to use the brush tip and I'm going to pick up some of that color, and you're going to see that the tip of your brush gets a little bit dirty, which is fine. I'm going to put this on the side for now. And I'm going to go ahead and write my name right here in the middle of my paper. And you'll see that really cool effect. Pick up some more. And there you have it. You have a very cool blended letter, very cool creation, and it's super simple. And now what you can do with this extra color that you have, you can go back with the purple if you like, and then pick up the pink, or get the blue and pick up some of that pink. You can keep using this. Even if this dries out, this is just extra ink that you can use. The next thing that I like to do with my lettering is to add an outline. So I'm going to take my Sarasa R retractable gel pen just because it has super vibrant colors, perfect for outlining. And I'm going to go ahead and outline my entire name. Now, this doesn't need to be perfect. I think when it's less perfect, it gives some nice character. So I'm just going to go all the way around. This is always my favorite part of lettering, is outlining everything. To me, it's just very relaxing. Okay. So you can see that that already kind of brings out the color. It kind of makes a big difference. Now, another thing that I can go back and do is add some shadow to it. So I can just add a line like this. This can be one type of shadow that you can add. Now this gives it more of an illustrative look, which I enjoy. Now I'm putting a shadow on the right side of all of my strokes and letters. See? Okay. So you could leave it like that, or you can take it a step ahead. And then I like to just grab whatever the darkest color is. In this case, it's the purple. And you could kind of fill that in. You can use the opposite side of the mild liner brush pen, which is just the monoline side. And you could fill in all those places that you added a shadow. Now for me, it is a little bit easier just to do the brush pen because it can just be a quick, easy stroke. Right, there you have it. And it gives it another little pop, as you can see. And then one last thing that you can always add are just little embellishments. So what I like to do is use these click art pins for those embellishments. So something as simple as just some little lines like this. This is kind of just like some movement lines, gives it some texture. You can use, I'm using this darker purple, adding some little dots here and there. And just be aware of where you're adding these embellishments. You don't want to put everything so close together, like, and fill up a space and then have lots of empty spaces elsewhere. Like this M doesn't really have any embellishments, so we're going to add some up here. Maybe the bottom right here. And then if you would like I'm going to take the Sarasa pen, I'm going to add some little sparkles. And this Sarasa pen is perfect for adding tiny little details because it's a very nice thin pointed pin. can add some dots like this. All right, and there you have it. We used all of the tools in this pin pack. We added shadows, we added embellishments, we did a cool blending effect with a piece of plastic that you can have laying around. I really hope you enjoyed using this brand new pin pack. And I can't wait to see what you guys create.